Hi, I'm Advait Sehdev, and this is the Marketing Tales podcast, where in every episode I share a true story behind the scenes of an actual campaign where marketing hacks led to exponential growth. So that's the end of this episode. Stay connected for more episodes of Marketing Tales, behind the scenes of successful campaigns and true stories about exponential growth. Till next time. This case study is about ideal customers or ideal patients, identifying that, right? So again, in one of my one-on-one strategic consulting, I was talking to a doctor. Now this doctor had been operating for about 6 years, and he was a dentist. Now essentially what he had was, he had a small clinic. The issue was that he was saying that I'm not able to increase the fees, I'm not able to charge what I really deserve. I have a set fees, and this fees has been more and more mostly constant for the last 4 years. I increased my fees once about 2 years back, 2 years when I started, but after that, we are he's just not able to increase the fees. He was really stuck at it, and he's saying everything is increasing, the salaries are increasing, the cost of equipment is increasing, the rentals are increasing, everything is increasing, but my fees is stuck. I still charge the same amount in terms of my consulting. I still charge the same amount, for my treatments. And the problem is, there are other doctors who are coming up, and they're offering at a much cheaper rate. That's such a huge problem. That is causing such a huge issue. Now I want to solve it. I don't care, because otherwise I'm just running at losses, and how long can I sustain? Of course I want to do good work for people, I want to treat people, I want to heal people, but if I myself am not able to feed myself or feed my family, then how will I survive? How will I heal people? How will I treat people? So that was a huge issue for him, the increasing of fees. And I'm sure it's true for many doctors, where they're just not able to increase the fees. So I said, fine, let's do an exercise. What I want you to do is, I want you to get a list of all the patients that you got in the last 30 days. The list was close to 300. So he got that list. Now what we did was, we analyzed and we got a member of his team to gather information about them. So what the information that we gathered about them was, firstly, their gender, were they male or female? Secondly, what was the treatment that they were looking for? We mentioned that. Thirdly, what time did they come? Fourthly, which day did they come on? Day as in day of the week, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and so on. Fifth, I captured, what is their income. Now of course we have no idea about their income, we can't ask them, but by gathering information about, looking at our CCTV footages and trying to identify how they came, which did they come on a two-wheeler, did they come on a car, did they come in an SUV, what was their mode of commute, what kind of clothes were they wearing. We get an idea, whether the person is in the lower class, in the middle class, in the upper middle class, or in the upper class. Actually, you could actually classify people by that. That's what we did. Next thing what we did was, we identified that, okay, what was the percentage distribution of people in all these segments, gender wise. We also had age, of course, age wise, treatment wise, their social status wise, and all of that. So once that was done, we had a very good idea of who were the types of people who were coming to his clinic. And once we did that, we realized that about 40% of the people were middle class or upper middle class or upper class. 60% of the people were from lower middle class or lower class. Now the problem was that, whenever the fees was told to the lower class or lower middle class, there was no way to increase it, because obviously they could not afford it. They could not afford higher consulting fees, or they could not afford higher treatment charges. So that is when I asked the doctor to take a conscious call. What do you want to do? Where do you want to be? Do you want to actually serve patients of lower middle class and lower class, which is absolutely fine. It is your choice, it is your clinic, it is your business model, it is your life, it is your philosophy. You have to decide what you want. or you want to serve people who are in the middle class, upper middle class, and the upper class, and increase your fees, increase your treatment charges, and maybe have more time for yourself, because you might have less number of people over there, but you'll be charging at a premium, and you might be able to make more money from one treatment as compared to 10 treatments that you're doing right now. It is your call. Look at that. You can look at gender, you can look at age, you can look at whatever you want. But that is the importance of defining an ideal customer, because once you define your ideal customer, then you know what products, what services, what treatments you can give to that person, give to your ideal customer. You understand them, you can understand them in much more detail, right? You can understand their social status, their income status, you can understand everything about them. And once you understand all of that, then and only then you'll be able to offer the best value to them at the value at which you want to give it. It's a mutual relation. If one of the partners suffer in terms of value, overall value, then both suffer. So make that conscious call today. Create your ideal customer, look at all your past patients. If you don't have that, then think about it. Who should be your ideal customer? Who needs your services the most? Who will get the most value? And whoever will get the most value will give you the most value back. So remember that important lesson, that value is always exchange, it's mutual, and implement it for yourself. Thank you.